وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen. Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. I begin with God's name, and I begin by praising God and sending His peace and blessings upon His final messenger Muhammad and his family and companions. Last time, as I'm continuing in this series of advice of the day, and I'm continuing about Ramadan, talking about how to improve our Ramadan. So last time I actually mentioned some of the issues we need to concentrate on. We need to concentrate on prayer in congregation, and also we need to concentrate on the 5 times prayers, not just for ourselves, but for our family and our friends and relatives. And it's been mentioned in the hadith that leaving the 5 times prayer, or any one of the 5 times prayers, has been compared to leaving Islam. Now, the scholars do have some comments on this hadith, but the important point is that it's something we should take very seriously, and there can be no real compromise with the 5 times prayers, whether inside Ramadan or outside Ramadan. And today I'd like to continue by talking about the i'tikaf, which is something that takes place in the last 10 nights or last 10 days of Ramadan, which is staying in the mosque. Now, i'tikaf in the Arabic language actually means to stay or to remain somewhere. And in the Islamic terminology, i'tikaf means to stay in a mosque for a certain period of time with certain restrictions, meaning normally you can't leave the mosque unless there's a certain reason, and if you leave, then the i'tikaf finishes. And it's a sunnah. It's not actually obligatory, but it's a sunnah that Muslims should try to carry out during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, the last 10 days of Ramadan. So a person will stay in the mosque day and night. And some mosques are too small, so they may not be able to facilitate this. Some mosques are larger, so you may have a place, or you may have to put your name on a list or something. So we should try to do this as much as we can. And there's a principle in Islam which is what can't be achieved totally should not be left totally. Meaning, if we can't achieve a full 10 days i'tikaf, which is staying in the mosque for a full 10 days, then we shouldn't just cancel it totally and say, well, I'm not going to do anything. We should try and do as much as we can, because nowadays people could have family issues, they could have work issues. People living in the West, Muslims living in the West, could have difficulty because of the length of the day and the length of work, and also the fact that if you asked an employer for time off for i'tikaf, this may not be possible. So, as I said, what can't be completed totally should not be left totally. So if we can do 1 day, we should do 1 day. If we can do 2 days, we can do 2 days. If we can do 3 days, then we do 3 days. And even if we can only do half a day or a quarter of a day, then at least try to do that much, so that we're not guilty of leaving the sunnah. So we should try as hard as possible to conduct our i'tikaf. If we can do the full 10 days, then that's great. If we can only do half of that, 5 days, or even less, or 1 day or half a day, then that too is also very good. And inshallah, with the right intention, we should expect a great reward. So thank you very much, dear viewers, for watching, and inshallah we will continue next time discussing about how to improve our Ramadan. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَئِكَ